So I shared some low vibrational things that I stopped doing. Now here are some high vibrational things that I started doing. Number 1, speaking to my water. Now, if you haven't heard of the water experiment, I can do a separate video on it, but positive affirmations can literally transform the molecules of water. So I will speak positive affirmations to my water and then drink it. Speaking of positive affirmations, number 2, morning affirmations. Starting off my morning with positive affirmations really sets the tone for the day. This is the playlist that I listen to every morning, and it has been a game changer. Number 3, spending time alone. Y'all, I love taking myself on solo dates to eat, go shopping, museums, concerts, solo concerts, y'all. I've gotten to a point where I just don't stop myself to do things that I want to do just because someone else isn't available. I just go do it. I'm truly an advocate for spending time alone. It's not easy at first, but it gets better over time. And lastly, going to therapy. I've said this once before and I'll say it again, therapy is for everyone. Just having someone to talk to and process my emotions with is so healing, and it's something that I look forward to.
Yo, much love to you guys for watching up to this far, man. You are all loved and respected. And like always, you can always leave a comment there of what you think about these videos. Or even of where you come from. Tell us where you're watching from, how you feel about these videos. Hit the like button and watch till the end. Good vibes is all we are all about. Good vibes and love. Peace, forgiveness, and unity. You see? I love everybody, man. And treat and care for your neighbor as you do for yourself. That way the world will be very nice and everybody will just be happy. You see? What do you think? Because I think that's the way. Much love to everybody. Watch till the end. Please watch till the end.
My nigga, it is 2 sons. It's 2 sons. Bro, it's 2. Am I tweaking?
Huh? Do you think that's a reflection of the sun?
I want you to sit down, look at yourself, remind yourself, what happened to me is not who I am. Remind yourself, the fact that I don't have money in my pocket does not mean I'm not wealthy. Remind yourself that it doesn't matter what anyone thinks about you, you are still who God says you are. You know what? Permit me to say, getting a new car does not even mean you are in the new. Because there are people with new cars but with old mindsets. Somebody throwing a new house key to you right now does not even mean you are in the new. But the true transformation comes by the renewing of your mind.
Here's some crazy research for you. So a third of men, 33%, a little over a third of men between the ages of 18 and 29 are not only single, but they're not actively looking for a partner. The same study said that by the year 2030, that 45% of women between the ages of 20 and 45 will be single. So I've got a question for the men, because I see it all the time in my comments. Most of my comments are filled with guys saying we're done. We're not looking. We like our peace. I need some more talk from you guys. Tell me why you're done. Tell me why you don't want to have a partner in life. Tell me why it's more worth it to be single than to have a partner. Even if you weren't to remarry, just to have a partner. I mean, I've talked to a lot of men. I've got my answers, but I want to hear it in the comments. So please, drop it in the comments.
Much love to everybody at the universe.
Alright guys, I'm going for a walk on the farm and I can see something up in the paddock, or the field as you call it in other countries. So yeah, let's go and investigate that now. Something going on up there. To me it looks like a giant eagle. Could also be a sheep, but birds keep swooping it, so I'm going to have to go for a run up there now. To me it looks like a massive wedge-tailed eagle. Like, a little worried to go up there with Maggie, but let's do it. Maggie, here! Yeah, that's a massive wedge-tailed eagle. I wonder why it's down. They're huge, guys. Way bigger than a bald eagle. Oh, there we go. I have to zoom out. huge. I wonder if it's injured because it looks like it's trying to land again.
I just had to make this video right now really quickly. I pulled over because this is crazy. I've heard so much talk about the two suns lately, and I thought that I would never see it, and it's almost now about fake. But right here, hold on, I'm gonna zoom in. I'm trying not to stare at the sun, but what is that right there? What is this, guys? Look at this. There's a rainbow in front of it. And that right there, this is the sun. So what is this? Oh my goodness.
What do you think is
Low
that?
vibrational things I cut out as soon as I started my healing journey. Change your social media feed. Once I did this and I unfollowed the celebrities that I know and I love and filled it with business, mindset, health, education, all of those things, my entire day shifted because that's the content that I was consistently consuming. They say social media is toxic. No, it's not. It's your feed that is. Alcohol is another big one. If you struggle with depression or anything like that, mood swings, hormones, etc., alcohol is a depressant. It's not going to make you feel great, especially when you consume it in large amounts. Stop staying up so late. Our bodies are meant to follow a circadian rhythm. You rise and fall with the sun. And so as soon as you start doing that, your body starts producing melatonin and all of the things naturally at the times that it should. You will just feel better. People, you are the sum of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. If you feel like your life isn't where you want it to be, it's time to evaluate your circle and make some cuts.
Good vibes. Did.
Your high vibration can make other people feel uncomfortable. Your energy can bring up other people's shadow and unhealed trauma, and people may not like you because they think it's you that is making them feel that way.
Please
Raise your
share.
vibration by using the 4-7-8 breathing technique. To do this, find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Sit or lie down in a comfortable position and close your eyes. Take a deep cleansing breath in through your nose, filling your belly and then your chest. Now inhale quietly through your nose to a mental count of 4. Then hold your breath for a count of 7. Exhale completely through your mouth, making a whoosh sound to a count of 8. Now inhale again, and repeat the cycle 3 more times for a total of 4 breaths. As you're inhaling, imagine that you're breathing in bright, white, healing light. Make sure to release all negative emotions and hold the intentions of what you want in your mind. Not only will this bring your body and nervous system back to balance and homeostasis, but it will raise your vibration and help you attract what you want.
All right, this is what Bashar means by the splitting prism effect. So Bashar says there's an infinite amount of parallel realities and we're always shifting every second. So this means the more we focus on love and gratitude and the new earth, the more we solidify that reality. We can still be aware of someone else's creation and reality, but it's not going to be able to affect us. It's not going to exist in our reality. He uses the analogy of trains. So when you get on this train and you go in a positive direction to the new earth, for example, the negative reality, the old earth, is going to be further and further and further and further away, eventually to where it won't even affect you. You can be aware of it, but it's not the way your reality is working. So this means we have the ability to change into anything we want at any time, any second. This is why they like to spread fear, because fear will keep you in a lower vibration and will keep you connected with their reality and will keep you away from empowering yourself. All the fear is just an illusion anyways. Love is the only thing that is real. Comment 1 love below if you are a part of the new earth with me, and like and share, and also subscribe to me on Instagram for more content like this. I'm going to be making content to help empower people to create the reality that they prefer.
So much love and peace.
If somebody's standing behind you, let's say in a mall, and they're staring at you, you feel them staring at you, don't you?
Yeah.
Why? Feeling is conscious awareness of vibration. And when a person's staring, they're concentrating, they're sending such a powerful charge of energy at your brain that you start to feel it. You turn around, sure as hell, there's somebody there staring at you. Concentration increases amplitude of vibration. There's a power flowing to and through us all the time. It never stops. You can photograph the energy leaving the body. Concentration increases it, makes it more powerful.
Huh.
10 signs of a high vibration person. You may want to save this video for later and pass this on to someone who needs it. Number 1, your senses are stronger. Number 2, animals feel safe in your presence. Number 3, people stare at you in public. Number 4, random strangers love to come to you and talk and tell you their life stories. Number 5, you can feel the energy of a room shift when you walk in. Number 6, you irritate toxic people just by being your truth and authentic self. Number 7, life feels enjoyable to you. Number 8, you don't tolerate negativity. Number 9, you are sensitive and empathetic towards others. Number 10, you feel a sense of emotional balance. Drop a 100 if you see yourself or your friends relate with these signs. Leave a follow if you love the video. God bless.
Respect. Please watch
Do you look
the
high
end.
vibrational? Your appearance says a lot about your vibration. Here are 3 ways that you can tell if you're vibrating high. Number 1, your skin. When you are high vibrational, your skin is glowing. It is toned. It has a nice relaxed quality all around your face. It's not chalky, it's not tired, and the little circles or puffiness that you may be prone to, they're kind of having a good day. Number 2, you feel deep in your belly a sense of joy. There might even be just a little smile that just kind of wants to come out, even though you don't have anything to smile about. You just feel that way towards the world. And number 3, you move with ease. Your feet are connected to the earth because you're grounded. You float along. You feel light in your feet. You feel light in your body. Tummy is having kind of a nice flat day. That feels good. You're connected to your body and how you're living and how you're caring for it. Your vibration does show you.
What do you think?
If you talk to yourself, you absolutely need to listen to what I'm about to say because it might blow your mind. First of all, if you do, you're not going crazy. If after this video, you're like, oh my God, that's me, then head over to the Facebook group Spirit and Magic because we are going to help you to develop this even further. So talking to yourself is a huge sign that you are clairaudient. Now, clairaudience is the gift of hearing, but it is an incredibly difficult psychic ability to develop. And the reason behind that is because it's very difficult to decipher whether it's the voices of spirits or whether it's our own internal monologue. If you want some extra clues that you might be clairaudient, I'm just going to give you a few more. And if you're, that's me, stick a heart emoji in the comments. Number 1, you also tend to be quite skeptical. Number 2, you actually love peace and quiet. Number 3, you're drawn to the colour orange, which actually represents creativity. But it's also the colour that's linked to clairaudience. It is a very difficult colour to wear, but you may have some around you, a bit like this. Number 4, you may be quite a sarcastic or arrogant person, or maybe you just don't filter your thoughts. And number 5, you can be quite difficult to get along with because you like to be in control.
This may be the biggest anaconda ever accidentally discovered. So back in 2016, construction workers in Brazil were building a dam when they let off charges. And when they went to clear the area, they found the body, this carcass of this anaconda. This thing was estimated to be over 10 meters long, basically the size of the anaconda in the movie Anaconda. This thing was massive, and it's truly spooky knowing that this was accidentally killed. But how much bigger do they really get? Take a look at this footage and you tell me.
Is that real? Oh, if that's really scary.
In a minute, this is creepiest things that have happened to me as a nurse, part 6. I can't believe we're on 6 already. So I'm getting on night shift. I get report from the day nurse that this one patient will not go to cardiac cath. The doctor keeps delaying it, and she keeps saying, I can't go because I'm gonna die. And the doctor's like, let me just explain the procedure. You're gonna be fine. And everyone's like, you're gonna be fine. It's a very simple, non-invasive procedure. You're gonna be great. So finally, at like 8 o'clock, the doctor is like, listen, it's now or never. I gotta go home. I gotta close the cath lab. And she's like, oh, okay, fine. So then we prep her all up, and she looks at me. She's like, I'm gonna die. And I was like, honey, we're gonna do our best. It's a very simple procedure. She goes. 20 minutes later, I hear code blue, cath lab room 4. It was her. She died on the table, and at that very exact moment when they called the code blue, I looked at her room, which was room 16, and I saw the entire bed shift. The brakes were on, and I see the EKG leads swinging from the monitor. Real goosebumps, guys. True story.
Today I'm going to show you how to make a really good tent with a tarp. First I'm going to stake down the corners on one of the longer sides. I'll stake the rest down later. Now I'll go over to the opposite side of the tarp and bring the two corners together. I'll bring them next to each other, and I want them to be about 2 or 3 feet apart. Then I'll stake these two corners down. Now I need to cut myself a big stick, like this one. I'll take it inside the tent, and this will be what props it up in the middle. I have a shirt on top of this stick, so it doesn't rip the tarp. Next I want to bring these two grommets on the front side together. I'll take a length of bank line, pull it tight, and then stake it down. And I tied the little flap down so it doesn't blow in the wind too much. I'll go inside and give you a tour. So I can stand up in here and everything. Nice, roomy tent.
Wow, really nice. I want to show you something though.
The younger conspiracy theorist
10 years ago, I came across the concept of flat Earth. I looked into it briefly for a couple of weeks. Couldn't get my head wrapped around it. And I kind of left it there. And then about 2 years ago, I had a look at it again. There was something inside me telling me I need to have a look at this again. So I looked at it, and I've been looking at it ever since. And now it's become painfully obvious that the globe is a fantasy at best. We've been lied to ever since first days in school. Lies, compounded upon lies, continuously. 500 years this has been going on, maybe even more. And I don't think that most of the people so-called in the know actually realise that it's not a globe. Oh yeah, the super elites up there in the ivory towers, I'm sure, yeah, they all know. This world, this society is based on lies. Whatever this is, I don't know what it is, but it's flat. It's not a globe. Everyone, for any sense, knows that we haven't been to the moon. NASA didn't go to the moon. Stanley Kubrick production now. They're just a movie production. Now they've admitted that they still haven't figured out how to get past the Van Allen radiation belt. This is NASA now saying this. So basically, in effect, admitting that the moon landing was a lie, was a hoax. Themselves admitting it. Have you ever seen a photograph of this planet from space? Sure, you'll say yeah, but no, you haven't. Because all the things you've seen are paintings, cartoons, Photoshop, composites of aerial photographs wrapped around a sphere in a computer program or painted by an artist or a cartoonist. rendered. It's not real. And you got these fucktards like Neil deGrasse Tyson and these idiots saying, oh, now it's not radiate lobe, it's more pear-shaped. Yeah, so further proving that they're composite sphere images on the internet and in the school books and in the science books and everything. Even that's not supposedly what they say is the truth. So now they're saying it's a potato or a pear. It's bigger on the bottom than it is on the North Pole at the top. Come on, this is nonsense, absolute nonsense. Space is a vacuum, right? So our atmosphere, yeah, it's pressurized. Well, it's a different pressure from so-called space. Space is a negative pressure, a vacuum. So how can we have atmospheric pressure, which is 1 bar? How do you explain that? 1 to 2 just equilibrate. It's like having an aerosol can. Here's one. It's an aerosol can, yeah, in the garage. It's got gas, pressurized gas in it to expel this is lubricant, it's basically WD-40. So this is pressurized, right? And outside is normal atmosphere. The tin is the barrier between the two pressure systems. So if our globe is in the center of this can, inside its atmosphere, pressurized at 1 bar, and then space out here is a negative pressure, yeah, that would work. But they ain't told us that we live in a tin can or a jar. So if you take away the tin, will you still have the pressure inside the tin where the tin was? Will you still have the same? We have this negative pressure here and a positive pressure there? No, you won't. They'll equilibrate. What happens when I open the container? Pressure releases. It wants to equilibrate. Simple as that. So in order for space as a vacuum to exist, there has to be a physical barrier between our atmosphere and the space outside. Otherwise, you wouldn't have an atmosphere here. It'd be desolate. No life wouldn't exist. So, their claims are obviously false, because it's not practical. Natural science says you cannot have two opposing pressures side by side without a physical barrier between the two. Water, yeah? Water in your cup of tea. When you put it down on the table, does it sit like that? No, it's flat, it's level. You always find this level. Yeah? You get a football. You get your football, yeah? You pour water on it. What's the water going to do? Well, it's going to drip off and fall on the floor. It's going to go level again. Find this level. Equilibrate with the rest of the water around it. It's going to level itself. It's going to find this level. It's going to flow to the lowest point you can find in the surroundings. So it's not going to adhere to the side of a sphere or any shape for that matter. Water finds this level, whether it's a cup of water or a bath full of water, it's always going to find this level. Whether it's your pond, your swimming pool, a lake, you can see where I'm going with this. A sea, the oceans, same principle applies. It's flat, find this level. Water can't stick to the outside of the globe. Science, academia, it's all religion, Christianity, and all these other, the religions, doesn't matter. They're all pushing propaganda, lies, false realities. Okay, don't believe what someone else in a white coat tells you or some big fancy book tells you. No, go and look for yourself. The oceans find their level, and they must be contained in some way, because otherwise they would flow away. So we live on a flat plane. The oceans take up the cavities or the depressions in that flat plane, and what's left is the continents that we live on, the islands. So somewhere around the edge there must be some way to contain the ocean, otherwise they would flow away from this place. So there's obviously some sort of vast continent of some sort that contains the waters, and also there must be some sort of a barrier between our sky and so-called space. I don't know, I haven't seen it, but logic seems to point that way. I don't know what the shape of a map would look like of this reality. Rediscover the truth this time of our reality, you know, ourselves, not let the officials tell us a bunch of crap again. No, we got to do it ourselves this time, so that maybe one day in the future the world will be a better place because there's less bullshit.
He contracts cancer when they cut the tumor out, and when they cut the person, first of all, the disease just spreads. It's true. It spreads because the immune system cannot handle being cut. Myself, if I had any type of disease like that, I would go on one of the most longest fasts known to man, so the body could eat the disease up. But to be cut, the immune system already tampered with. We have the weakest immune systems in the history of civilization, because we're continually burying disease with the shots. Oh, we bury them constantly. And then we're piling the processed food on top.
4.5 years ago, I lost 7 of my fingertips and both of my lower legs because I went into septic shock. The reason that happened is because I didn't know the signs and symptoms. Give me just half a minute and I want to tell you what those signs and symptoms are so that this doesn't happen to you. At Sepsis Alliance, where I'm on the board of directors, we use the acronym TIME, T-I-M-E, because with every hour that you wait to get help when your body is becoming septic, you have an 8% higher chance of dying. T is for temperature, which can be high, but it can also be low. I didn't know that, and that's why I didn't go to the hospital sooner. I is for infection. Sepsis can be caused by any infection, from bacteria, virus, fungus, or even a parasite. M is for mental decline, like a person being disoriented or slurring words, also having difficulty waking up. E is for extremely ill. Anytime a person says that they feel like they're going to die or they've never been so sick, get them to the hospital immediately.
Yo, glitch in the matrix got on camera. What's this? What? What's that stuff they're shining? Looks like gold, man. That's glowing from what? What's that place? Oh my god. Yeah.
Last week, I uploaded a video regarding CBDCs. Now, if you haven't watched it, I urge you to watch that video that I uploaded last week. I want you to hear this person from China who's an expert in CBDCs, and actually, like I said last week, China has already implemented it, and you can do your own research and find that out. Now, I think, in my opinion, what's happening in the world today, whether it be economic situation or a war or any other situation that's happening or happened over the last couple of years, I personally think it's a distraction of what's going to come. And what's going to come is going to be something, if you haven't woke up, it's going to really affect every single person in this country, and not only in this country, in this world. It's a distraction because what's to come is going to control all our lives financially. It will start controlling our lives. So what we need to do, and we need to wake up. We need to wake up now. And in my opinion, what we need to do is take our money out of the banks and invest in assets and protect us as individuals financially. Because if you don't and you haven't woken up, what's to come, it's going to be really serious. So listen to this guy and listen to what he has to say.
For example, consumption coupon. For example, food stamp. By programming CBDC, those money can be precisely targeted for what kind of people can own and what kind of use this money can be utilized.
So it's coming to you. Wake up now.
Sometimes you have to push yourself. It's very important. Oh.